That is a giant, giant, giant coconut crab.
In the wild corners of Indonesia, where the sun fries you faster than a Vegas buffet omelet and the mosquitoes come with built-in GPS, one man sets out to test both nature and his life insurance policy. No food, no water, no gadgets, just bare hands, bad decisions, and the kind of confidence usually reserved for people who think sunscreen is optional. He drinks rainwater from a rusty helmet, snacks on bugs that could scare Bear Grylls, and stares down crocodiles the size of pickup trucks. Nights are so cold, even his regrets need a blanket. Will instinct save him, or will the island get another funny story? Cut to a deserted island somewhere in Indonesia. In 2014, a tourist boat sank off Indonesia after striking a reef. With no rescue gear, Dutch athlete Els Visser and 3 others swam 8 grueling hours through rough seas, reaching a remote island and surviving against all odds. That real-life ordeal inspired today's challenge. Strick, from Back to Basics Adventures, will relive that survival scenario, minus the triathlon training, and plus an audience that may or may not be rooting for him. His entire inventory? 1 machete and a handmade fishing rig crafted in Indonesia, assembled from wire, feathers, and pure misplaced confidence. The bait looks like a 3rd grader's art project titled Fishing for Regret. But with this miracle tool and the ego of someone who's never been humbled by an actual fish, Strick vows to survive. Courage, it seems, is just common sense that skipped breakfast. Luck, or what the island calls bait, soon strikes. He finds a ragged shirt in the sand and wears it like it's designer couture, indulging in his favorite survival hobby, checking what the ocean barfed up overnight. Sometimes it's treasure, sometimes it's trash. Today, jackpot, bottles. He dives into scavenger mode, Indiana Jones for hydration. Most bottles contain mystery liquid, a few fizz suspiciously. The first one he tries is saltier than a Twitter argument. The second is worse, liquid regret. But the third? Pure gold, fresh water. It's like finding true love in a gas station parking lot. Improbable, slightly unsettling, and you're still grateful. He celebrates like he's cracked the Da Vinci Code. High on victory and mild dehydration, he pockets a few almond-shaped seeds, promising to open them later, which is survivalist for never. Then, mid-victory dance, the ocean twitches. Something moves. Sleek, dark, fast. A shark slices through the surf, and Strick's heart drops faster than his YouTube upload speed. Those harmless black shadows? Entire schools of bait fish running a marathon from their predators. It's an aquatic horror film with unlimited extras. For one brief, catastrophically dumb moment, he considers wading in, maybe catch a fish. So he stands on shore, pretending calm while mentally writing his will. He even mutters that he's caught a shark before. Sure, buddy, and I've wrestled the rock, in a dream, while losing. He dusts off the sand and returns to earlier lizard tracks, hoping dinner hasn't ghosted him. He spots a mound of dirt and immediately decides it must be breakfast. In his mind, it's a megapode bird nest, basically the avian equivalent of a grocery store. He sticks his hand into a random hole in the ground because apparently that's what brave people do before regretting it. After some determined digging, he finds absolutely nothing. But hope, like his sunburn, refuses to fade. Moving on, he discovers another beach littered with ocean junk, nature's version of a flea market. He picks up an empty seashell and pockets it like a rare collectible. Who knows? Maybe it's the island's version of Bitcoin. Further down, he hits pay dirt, a white plastic bucket. It's half full of sand, but hey, a bucket is a bucket. He dumps it out, grins like a man who's just found buried treasure, and struts off into the forest carrying it like a trophy. Then, jackpot. A pond. Or what he thinks is a freshwater pond. Turns out it's actually a mangrove swamp with one confused duck floating in the middle, probably wondering why this shirtless stranger is eyeballing him like an entree. A few steps later, he stumbles upon an old helmet filled with rainwater, the kind of thing any rational human would avoid. He calls it a blessing. There's even a nice layer of mosquito eggs on top, adding that extra protein crunch you can't buy in stores. He gulps it down anyway, because thirst doesn't wait for common sense. He reminds viewers to boil water before drinking, right after he drinks it. Moments later, Karma delivers his next course, a rotten tree trunk housing fat white beetle larvae the size of his thumb, the bodybuilder version of grubs. Locals say they're edible. Strick takes their word for it because clearly Yelp doesn't cover jungle cuisine.
Look at the size of this big boy. Now these guys have got a hell of a bite on them. You got to think those big teeth at the front, they can bite through wood. So straight through your skin, no worries at all. So when you bite them, be careful, they bite back.
He cracks open a coconut shell, collects a handful of the wriggling protein nuggets, and then decides to eat one raw, because nothing says confidence like biting something that might bite back.
Close your eyes and go for it. You got to be quick to bite him, because otherwise he'll bite you back right on the tongue. Oh man, I must admit it's pretty hard to get over the idea in your head that you're eating a grub.
To wash it down, he takes another heroic swig from the helmet of questionable hydration. Life's short, and his immune system is apparently shorter. The adventure continues along the shoreline, where he finds a freshly fallen coconut. At last, a normal snack. He pairs it with the beach almonds he'd gathered earlier, cracking them open like a man discovering joy for the first time. He devours them one by one, smiling through every gritty bite.
That's a bit of a nicer one. I'll tell you what, me personally, I'd take one of these over a grub any day of the week.
For once, the island seems to be playing nice. Not satisfied, he drops a few of the leftover grubs into an empty bottle, just to keep them as pets. He drinks his coconut water, now upgraded with light trauma, and keeps exploring. Soon, he spots something strange in the sand. Small, round fruits that look suspiciously familiar. They're wild ground cherries, or as he calls them, tiny miracle tomatoes. He hesitates, then eats one. It's delicious. His face lights up like a flashlight at midnight, and suddenly he's harvesting them like a kid at a candy store. Energy surges back through him like a 100-watt fast charger. Feeling reborn, or at least temporarily invincible, he launches his drone into the cloudy sky. From above, he spots schools of fish glittering beneath the waves, but the wind and weather quickly turn against him. The fishing will have to wait. Nature, as usual, holds the upper hand. Undeterred, he hikes deeper into the island, chasing the promise of fresh fruit or a clean water source. What he finds instead stops him in his tracks, a cave mouth framed by jagged volcanic rock as sharp as Japanese steel. It's dark, dangerous, and calling his name. Because on this island, every terrible idea sounds like the start of a new chapter. Somewhere in the humid heart of an Indonesian island, Strick decides that if he can't find comfort, he'll at least find a coconut crab. These giants usually hide in damp, rocky places. Eventually, he finds a real crab den, marked by torn coconut shells, proof that something powerful has been snacking here. Before he can celebrate, the crab vanishes like his motivation on a Monday. Still chasing hope, Strick heads deeper inland after hearing what might be birds, or breakfast. He stumbles upon a massive dirt mound and immediately pictures himself frying eggs in the morning sun. The dream dies quickly when he hits sharp volcanic rocks. Turns out the island's soil has a no-refund policy on optimism. He circles back to the cave and spots a smaller coconut crab peeking out. Jackpot, until it bolts. Like every good fisherman, he pretends that almost catching it still counts. He wanders toward a swamp to look for fish or snakes but finds nothing, then returns to the original cave to give destiny another shot. No crab this time either, just a lonely snail. But as nature loves drama, a moment later he spots a monster crab the size of a small dog. He leaps with joy, then remembers this creature can snap through bone like pretzel sticks. Still, he grabs it, because bravery and bad judgment often travel together. He holds the crab, torn between hunger and conscience, before deciding to release it.
That is a giant coconut crab out here in the middle of the day. He thought he was hidden in his cave there, but I was just able to sneak up and get a hold of him. Man, that is an absolute beauty. He's a big one too.
Saying he'll catch it later when he's really starving. A rare moment of humanity, or just poor meal planning. Now he shifts focus to shelter. Back at the beach, he finds a tree with bark that could start a fire. The friction creates a wisp of smoke, and his eyes light up like someone who's just found Wi-Fi in the wilderness. The flame flickers, then dies instantly, like a short-lived romance. He keeps trying, determined to roast something before nightfall. Meanwhile, his camera trap records megapode birds digging new nests in the same pit he dug earlier. Tomorrow's breakfast, maybe. But for now, the mission is fire. Sadly, daylight runs out before his patience does. Night falls. No fire, no roof. Just him and the sound of waves mocking his effort. He explores the terrain with fading energy until he finds a flat, empty patch of land that, if you squint hard enough, kind of resembles a resort. In his imagination, at least. Morning breaks with ocean breeze and soft waves, the kind of calm that tricks you into thinking life is manageable. Feeling rejuvenated, he decides to take a bath, because even on a deserted island, self-respect matters. Stepping onto the sand, he spots a massive hole and his survival instincts kick in. Maybe it's a nest full of eggs, duck, bird, or who knows, dinosaur. He peers inside. It's empty. Just a pit in the sand, hollow and disappointing. kind of like checking your bank account at the end of the month. Strick takes a deep breath and glides into the ocean, rewarding himself with what might be the most dramatic bath in human history. The waves slap his face, the salt burns his eyes, but he floats there pretending it's a luxury spa. Recharged and dripping optimism, he returns to shore with a new goal: become a caveman blacksmith. He sharpens a stick into a spear so majestic it could frighten absolutely no one. But it looks cool, and that's what counts. On the way back, he collects a few dried coconuts and some ripe yellow ground cherries, crafting a meal fit for a man whose taste buds have clearly given up hope. While strolling like a tourist on vacation from sanity, he spots a skink lazily climbing a tree. Fortunately for the lizard, it's not on today's menu, so it lives to sunbathe another day. Strick turns his focus back to the coconuts, hacking, scraping, and muttering to himself like he's live streaming a cooking show from the Stone Age. Sweat, determination, and mild regret mix in equal parts. Finally, he scoops out the flesh, adds the ground cherries, and admires his creation. For a brief, shining moment, it looks like a 5-star buffet, if 5-star buffets came with sand and loneliness. Feeling inspired, he decides it's time to fish. The ocean, however, seems unimpressed. His line stays still for hours, as motionless as his phone signal. After several rounds of pep talks and self-delusion, the line twitches. Success! Except it's a fish the size of a Dorito. It's too small to eat, too big to pretend didn't happen.
So there we go, there's our bait fish, and he's actually hooked in the exact right spot we want him. So we'll put him back out there and see if we can get a bigger fish. That's just perfect.
Still, he casts again, because hope, like bad Wi-Fi, keeps reconnecting. Then, boom, the rod bends. Something massive pulls back. He braces himself, dreaming of a seafood feast. But when he reels it in, he's staring at a juvenile shark. His heart skips a beat, half fear, half pride.
Reef shark, guys. This is one of the ones that we must have seen hunting through the shallows out behind these guys, trevallies and the fish that I'm after. I'm gonna get this hook out. I mean, this would be a nice size to eat, wouldn't it? But sharks are a bit of a touchy subject with some people, so I'm gonna get this hook out.
And he releases it, whispering a gentle goodbye that's half mercy, half relief that he still has all his limbs. Defeated but breathing, he casts one last time, catches another small fish, then decides it's enough adventure for one stomach. Thirsty, he heads toward the coconut grove, still channeling his inner Robinson Crusoe, just with more sarcasm and less success. After a long day of fishing, sweating, and questioning his life choices, Strick climbs a palm tree like he's competing on a game show with no prizes. The reward? 2 fresh coconuts and one old, wrinkled one that feels oddly relatable. He cracks one open and drinks deeply. It's warm, gritty, and glorious, like a latte for people who've lost everything but their sense of humor. In that moment, he feels reborn, ready to face another day of hunger, salt water, and heroic stupidity. After a night so cold it could make a penguin beg for central heating, Strick decides it's time to upgrade his living conditions. Step 1. Clear out his luxury plot of land, also known as a sandy patch full of trash. Step 2. Gather driftwood from the natural supply store, aka the beach. Soon, he's arranging branches like a DIY artist who accidentally enrolled in a survival show. He plants 2 A-frame poles in the sand, cuts fresh palm leaves, and carefully layers them into a makeshift roof. The result? A tiny tropical home, part shelter, part lonely heart Airbnb. Strick tests it out, using a coconut as a pillow. Surprisingly ergonomic, slightly damp, and 100% organic. Within minutes, he's asleep, looking like a man who just unlocked the nap in nature achievement. After his power nap, boredom strikes. He launches his drone for fun and captures something wild, a massive crocodile resting in the bushes next to what looks like a lizard the size of a cat. Fueled by equal parts of curiosity and questionable judgment, he goes to investigate. But before reaching the scene, he spots the lizard up close. Like a toddler chasing a balloon, he sprints toward it, only to watch it leap straight into the ocean. Even the wildlife here ghosts him. When he finally returns, the crocodile has vanished, leaving only tracks the size of pizza boxes. Nature's way of saying, "Nice try, buddy." Out of luck and out of patience, he goes back to fishing. Unsuccessfully, then decides it's fire o'clock. He coaxes the embers like he's sweet-talking a moody ex. "Come on, baby, don't die on me." Miraculously, it works. Smoke rises, hope returns, and dinner is back on the menu. He roasts the larvae he caught earlier with a small fish, creating what might be the first Coconut Island BBQ combo. It smells divine, like victory, protein, and questionable choices. He eats, nodding in satisfaction, declaring what every survivor eventually learns. Cooked always beats raw. After finishing his feast and downing a final sip of coconut water, he drifts off for another nap. But peace never lasts long. He wakes up restless, haunted by thoughts of crabs, the coconut kind. So, he grabs his flashlight and ventures out into the night. What he finds is a scene straight out of a monster movie. Dozens of giant coconut crabs crawling across the rocks like slow-moving tanks. Instead of hunting them, he gently picks one up, smiling to the camera like he's hosting Pet of the Week, Apocalypse Edition. After a short walk to digest both dinner and fear, he returns to his hut and finally sleeps soundly. Morning arrives calm and bright. Strick announces it's time to leave the island. Not because he's out of coconuts, but because that crocodile is still out there, probably plotting a sequel. And so, with sand in his hair, stories in his head, and way too much fiber in his system, he calls his girlfriend for rescue, ending his survival saga the only way it could end, with laughter, lessons, and a lifetime supply of coconuts. While Strick's version plays out as a modern survival experiment, the true story behind it was far from entertainment. Uploaded on July 10th, 2023 to 402 Outdoors, a channel known for fishing, camping, and real outdoor catch and cook adventures. This episode takes us to Lake Walleye, South Dakota. It's Independence Day weekend, and under bright summer skies, the crew sets out to chase walleye, the golden fish of the Midwest, a challenge to catch and a reward to cook. Morning breaks gently across Lake Oahe. Nick, Natalie, Sauce, and Nick's father prepare their rods, baiting worms under the warm July sun. They anchor near a transition line where clear blue water meets murky brown, a perfect ambush zone for walleye. Nick rigs his death rig, threading the worm backward so it spins naturally in the current. The first strike comes fast, a sharp tug, a flash of silver, but the fish slips away. Moments later, he feels another pull. This time, it holds. The first walleye of the day gleams gold in the light, small but legal. Cheers ripple across the boat.
Oh, we're keeping that guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look, he got munched by a pike or something. Nice perch. Nice. That's not a bad perch. Take him any day. That's probably 8.5 almost. Oh, he just puked up stuff.
And I'm going. All right, first one in the live well in about, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I wish I would have got that first walleye.
Taking the head of the night crawler like this.
Little lively piece that looks natural. Try her again.
Walleye. All right, well, that was one I just redid and flipped her upside down with the head facing out. Be free, buddy. Re-rig and do her again. Lady, Josh, what you doing?
Oh, you think we're gonna get a limit today?
Yeah, that'd be the game warden.
Just as momentum builds, a game warden boat approaches. The officers are calm but thorough, checking fishing licenses, life jackets, and fire extinguishers. Everything is in order, and the exchange ends with friendly laughs and a salute.
Down inside there?
Yeah.
But
I like spray paint.
you guys are staying in New Everett, you said?
Yeah.
Did you guys launch in New Everett too?
No,
or did you
we
guys
launched-
launch
no,
in Indian
we-
Springs?
Oh,
Right up here.
Okay. Just at the
Oh,
Indian Springs.
Indian Memorial on the
Yeah, the right side, I think.
Indian one, the other one.
Yeah, over the bridge on the right side.
One by the bay.
Yeah.
Okay, going back down to New Everett. Okay, and down there.
So I'm still learning a little bit how to trim the last boat and get the max out of it. Still breaking the engine too.
Right after that one. Okay, Indian Creek Recreation. See you guys.
You guys have a good one.
All right, let's get back to fishing. I'm gonna actually move this up.
Mine's worse. Sweaty Betty.
Well, ladies, we made some new friends. All right, well, no complaints. They got to do it. They got to do what they got to do, and they got to check people. So we're going to get back to fishing. All's good.
All right, going back out.
The brief pause reminds them, even freedom on the water comes with responsibility. Back to work, the crew moves to deeper water, nearly 40 feet down, guided by sonar blips on the screen. The wind picks up, waves slap the hull, and then another strike. Natalie reels in a strong 16-inch walleye, shimmering under the sun.
How much though?
Nope. Try it. Ah, got him.
Yeah, he's probably bigger than that though.
Yeah,
Not a bad one.
40 feet of water. Yeah, not a bad walleye. It's probably 16.
One after another, the bites keep coming.
Not quite. Yeah, he's a lot lighter. Yeah, he might be a baby's baby.
One on the day.
Little guy. Can't even keep the rods in the water.
Nat, you want him?
might be bigger. There you go. I think he's still on there. He's going down. Another keeper walleye. See if we can grab him. Nice. Yeah, that'll work. Not a bad walleye, actually. Just hanging on. Might want to grab the net. He's staying down.
Oh.
Not a bad walleye. Nice work. Look at how much you barely had him. Barely. Watch this. Doink. 15 and a half. That'll eat. Oh, good walleye. Good walleye. Not a giant, but yeah. It's just tangled once. Ooh, barely had him. Hello. All right, lady. Oh, he just got to
It's right there in his mouth. 16? 18.
18? 16 and a half.
Nice.
Not a giant, but we'll take it. Getting a meal one fish at a time. Oh, he's on graph duty.
By early afternoon, the cooler fills with golden fish, each catch stronger than the last. The lake glows in the heat of the day, the crew smiling, tired, proud, proof that patience still rules the art of fishing. Their success comes from one clever trick, threading the worm backward so it spins like a wounded baitfish. The motion triggers Walleye to strike fast, turning a calm summer outing into a catch worth remembering. As the sun sinks over Lake Oahe, the crew leans back, rods resting on the rails. They didn't set records, but their cooler tells the story. Some days aren't about trophies. They're about peace, patience, and the simple joy of catching what you cook. Uploaded on February 1st, 2025, to Nick Kratka's channel, a platform dedicated to sustainable fishing and wild food harvesting. This episode follows a solo diver in the Florida Keys, USA. Armed with only a spear, a mask, and the will to live off the ocean, Nick dives beneath the calm Atlantic, chasing a meal earned the hard way. Morning light pierces through the reef as Nick glides silently over the coral. He scans the cracks below, careful not to spook his prey. Then he sees them. 6 Florida spiny lobsters, lined up like soldiers, antennae raised. He dives deeper, holding his breath. The first attempt fails, the lobster vanishing backward into the rocks. On the next descent, one makes a mistake, retreating into a narrow crevice. Nick lunges forward and pulls it out. The first catch of the day. Encouraged, he dives again and again, weaving through coral ledges. 2 more lobsters are in hand. One escapes, but the others stay firm. Every dive pushes his lungs to their limit, vision blurring as oxygen fades. When he finally returns to shore, 2 local fishermen confirm his haul is perfect. Every lobster legal, every dive worth the risk. Later that afternoon, Nick returns to the sea. A dark shape circles the sand below, a school of black drum. Their silver bodies glint beneath the sun. He aims, steadies his spear, and fires. The shot is perfect. The fish thrashes, scales scattering into the current, a dangerous signal in shark territory. Nick stuns it quickly, cuts the throat to bleed it clean, and ties it to his belt. His final dive ends not in fear, but triumph. In Florida, every spiny lobster must meet a legal size before it can be kept. Many divers carve a small notch on their spear to measure instantly underwater, a simple, smart trick that protects the species and keeps the ecosystem thriving. The ocean has provided, but only after it tested Nick's skill, patience, and respect. Every meal tells a story of risk, reward, and the rhythm of survival. Would you dive into the unknown depths for your dinner, or let the sea decide what you deserve? This story comes from Adventure Agents. a family survival channel led by Tex and his son Axe. Filmed in Maui, Hawaii, the episode begins as a playful father and son challenge. No fish, no dinner, and no switch tonight. But what starts as a simple dive soon turns into a fight against one of the ocean's most ruthless predators.
No fish?
No switch.
Morning light filtered through the reef as Tex and Axe glided across the Pacific. The sea was calm, the colors vibrant. Axe moved first. A shot landed on a pufferfish. Laughter echoed underwater.
The day, a delicious triggerfish. Good work, Axe.
Tex watched the reef, examining each coral head. It felt peaceful, almost comforting, until the ocean began to warn him. He received a prophecy from a pale lobster stuck under a ledge, its shell as white as bone. He aims at a red goatfish near the same crack and fires. The hit is clean, a perfect shot, but before he can reach it, the reef erupts. A massive moray eel bursts from the shadows, jaws locking around the fish's head. The spear jerks violently as Tex struggles to pull it free, but within seconds the eel vanishes into the coral with its prize.
I've wanted to spear one of these fish for so long, and I wasn't about to let this thief steal it from me. But in the end, the fish slipped off.
No!
The thief had won.
Tex dove again and again. When he finally spotted the eel, its belly was swollen from its stolen meal.
But right here, you'll notice the bulge in the eel's stomach from my goatfish. You better run, you slimy thief. Tex is after you. Look at that face. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
He could only watch as its prize, half-eaten and stripped clean, as if scaled by invisible hands. Back on land, Tex and Axe refuse to end the day empty-handed. They bait a trap with the goatfish's head and wait as the tide rolls in. Then, movement. The moray returns, thrashing violently in the shallows. Tex pulls hard, the eel twisting and snapping until finally it falls still. He cuts it open, revealing the hidden pharyngeal jaw, nature's gruesome secret weapon.
Look at that! That looks... look, I don't think creatures are evil. This is an incredible creature. But if there's something out of a nightmare, this is it, fella. Oh, no! Okay, hold on, get it. Hold on.
Did I throw it up on land?
There you go, it's got it. Whew. Okay, get back. Get back, fella.
Come on.
There, you got it? Mm-hmm. All right, try to stab it in the head.
Oh, it has that thing.
Shoot. Okay, you got it?
Oh, yeah. Oh my.
Get it. Try to get it. You got it? Okay. All right.
You stab it like back here.
Oh my, what a monster. All right, dude. Oh, it's throwing up something else.
That's a fish head.
Another fish head.
Another.
Okay, I got it. All right, we're gonna try to kill this thing quickly. So this is my dive knife. It's very pointy, it's good for...
And it's serrated on one end, so you can cut it.
Yeah. So hear that. You can see I've got my knife buried in its skull here.
But it's stuck itself
Now, you'll never guess what it's throwing up there. Dude, you know what that is? That's the other eel's head.
Oh my
dude.
God. Oh my.
Moray eels are ambush hunters equipped with a second set of jaws, known as the pharyngeal jaw, used to drag prey deep into their throat. This unique feature makes them one of the ocean's most fascinating yet fearsome predators. As night falls,
Look at that.
It's like not even.
That's the look.
How? That's not even a stomach bag. That's
I got my hand all the way up. Look at that. My hand is inside of the eel's stomach. That is its stomach. It just goes straight down to its butthole. All right, now for a fun game of can we fit the giant eel in this bag? And let's fit.
And so, as you just saw with your own eyes, the last bits of the riddle have been solved and the prophecy fulfilled. 2 thieves did come later. The 2 eels we caught just now in the tide pools. That gain was most certainly greater than the loss of the first eel, and for that, I'm very grateful.
Tex and Axe sit beside the fire, the eel roasting quietly beside them. Every catch tells a story of struggle, respect, and survival. Would you dare to face a creature like this beneath the waves? Subscribe to Catch and Cook Survival for more true ocean adventures.